Hi, my name is Kesh. This is Seb. We're from Pilot Kitchen. So we want to offer diners an interesting perspective on some familiar dishes, some new, and work with creativity with what we have available to the best ability that we can.
You want to have a good meal and some good conversations with us?
Lock it in.
So today we're going to make Sambal Hijau. So why sambal? Is because it's a very versatile dish that we can use on anything, and it's also Asia's favorite condiment. So hijau means green and sambal is a
Spicy paste.
spicy paste. Okay, so for sambal hijau, obviously you have to have your greens. So some spring onion and some large green chilies.
Yep. As for the base of the sambal, you're going to want to make a rempah. So you got garlic, shallot, and we'll be adding a little bit of belacan, which is a shrimp paste as well, and brown sugar just to balance it off.
So lemon juice and honey is also for balancing out the flavors. Boom. So let's get started.
So you can get your garlic and shallots in first, as well as the belacan. For the green chilies, you can just leave them in whole with seeds. We like it a bit more spicy, so we leave our seeds in. If not, you can just cut it in half, remove the seeds. So for the spring onions, we'll add in later. So we're just going to give it a quick blend.
Yeah, so for this recipe, the measurements will be given after the shoot. Boom.
So for the first blend, you're going to want to blend it until it becomes a very raw paste.
Oof.
It's going to be very pungent, very strong. So blend it to this point and then you add oil in. So just loosen up the ingredients in the Thermomix before you add your oil.
Use a neutral oil, so like canola or vegetable oil.
Yep. So we're gonna continue blending. So this time what we're looking for is a finer paste, and the oil is gonna help keep the ingredients in the Thermomix a bit looser so you can get a bit more of a fine rempah.
You use a neutral oil because you don't want flavored oils to like
Disrupt.
disrupt the flavors of what you're trying to make.
So once you've blended the rempah with the oil, you can go in with your spring onions.
Okay.
Okay, so after you added the oil and blended in, earlier Sam has already helped to remove the roots of the spring onion. So you just give it a rough chop, throw it in. So after you're done blending all that together, this is what you should be getting. So it's a very fine-ish green paste with a bit of chunks of spring onion inside. So at this point, what you're going to want to do is cook out the rawness of the shallots and the garlic.
So now we're just going to blend and cook the rempah and, for about 2 to 3 minutes. Hey, and we're done.
So making a sambal with a Thermomix is very easy. It's very efficient. Also, remember to taste as you go.
My share cannot taste spicy.
If you cough, it's a good sign. That means the sambal is correct. So adjust with a bit of lemon juice and honey.
And some brown sugar.
Then reblend to incorporate the newer ingredients. So if you want a more intense and robust flavor, what I would recommend is burning your ingredients such as the spring onions, the shallots and garlic. You can roast them in a pan or you can torch them with a blowtorch just to get a bit of the oils out before you start blending. So after you add all the ingredients, balance, make sure you're tasting as you go. Oh, that's better.
It's not that spicy now.
Yeah. So you're gonna end up with this. Yep. So at this point, the sambal is done. What you can do is leave some on the side. So for the sambal, you're gonna want to have a consistency that's very similar to what you would find in your nasi padang kind of sambals. So like a pulpy paste, but it's not too oily, it's not leaking oil. And it holds together pretty well. Yeah. So for the sambal that we set aside, we're going to be doing something slightly different later.
So today, we're going to pair our Sambal Hijau with some local sotong that we got from a local farm in Singapore called Kelong. So we decided to work with local farms in Singapore because we also want to push local produce in Singapore.
Yeah. So not a lot of people know that there's a local farm, you know. So working with Kelong, we are trying to help spread and educate, you know, the fact that there are such businesses and you can get fantastic produce from, you know, Singaporean waters. Yeah, so that's why we work closely with Kelong.
Hey. So it has been sotong that has been already cleaned out with all the fins removed. So we're just going to cut it into rings.
So while you're not limited to using sotong, you can use things like chicken, duck, beef, stir fries kind of thing. Sambal Hijau is a very versatile flavor to use in your kitchen because it's more earthy, it's more robust, it's not as sharp as a regular red sambal. Personally, I love seafood, and Sambal Hijau is something generally used more for seafood because it helps to cut a lot of the fishiness out of ingredients. Other than just using the sambal for stir fry, you can use it to make a sauce like a type of aioli, mayonnaise. You can fold it into dressings, you know, for salads if you like. Generally, anything that you can put on top of whatever you're eating, sambal does a pretty good job.
It's too versatile. Boom.
So at this point, we can add our sotong into the sambal. So once the sotong is in, we're going to finish the cooking process entirely in the Thermomix. But in order to do this, we need the simmering basket, which Seb has kindly gotten. Thank you, Seb.
No problem.
So why we are using this is because we want something to prevent the oils and juices from flying out of the Thermomix, but leaving enough room for the steam to escape, so you don't burn yourself. So while this is going, we're gonna prep a little garnish for the dish. We're just using red chili because we want a little bit of color and raw heat over the sambal.
So just cut the red chilies in half. Use a glove, I forgot. So you want to remove the seeds.
So when you're cutting raw chili, you're gonna want to remove this part, the pith. Because this is it's very bitter, and it's where a lot of the capsaicin is stored in a chili. So that's what contributes to the very spicy feeling you get. So because we just want this mainly for color, we can take it off. Yeah, then you slice like that.
We just want to soak the chilies in ice water because it will keep them fresher and will curl up. So, of course, be careful when using a knife. Okay, so it's done. Thank you to Thermomix for letting us know again.
Woo. So how you know it's done? You want to have a look at the sambal. So it's going to turn a little bit translucent and glossy. It's okay that a bit of the oil is coming out. That means the rempah and the sambal is getting fully cooked through. So at this point, this dish is done.
Ooh. Now, just gonna make the plate look prettier a bit. Y'all don't have to do it. Hey, my bad. Okay, can lah. And huzzah.
So this is a Sambal Hijau sotong dish.
We're gonna do another variation of the Sambal Hijau. Well, the Sambal Hijau. So we're gonna be doing a deep fried version. So we'll be using squid also. So it's called Hotaru Ika. So it's what's it called?
Hotaru Ika is a Japanese firefly squid.
Yeah.
It's popular to contrary belief. Contrary to popular belief, Hotaru Ika is very accessible. You can get it at places like Don Don Donki or any Japanese mart. It's pretty cheap as well. So to do that, we will get a batter going. So Hotaru Ika usually comes in packets like these, or these. And what you're gonna want to do is to remove it from the brine, because the brine is what keeps it fresh. It's very salty. You don't want to be eating that. So just pop it into a strainer, and we will let that strain while we get the rest of the ingredients ready. So this is what it looks like. Yeah.
Boom. So for your batter, we will be using glutinous rice flour, some plain flour, and some baking powder. Just throw inside.
Yeah.
Boom. So you want to get the Hotaru Ika evenly spread across the batter, and just dust off excess flour and wait for the oil. You want to get your oil up to about 170, and then
Can I just try one first?
boom, and we have started. Hey, over there. Oh. Oh. Look at that. Woo. Hotaru Ika, mendap. Okay, so here we have the Sambal Hijau with the sotongs. So personally, this is my favorite because it's fried. Let's go it.
Yeah. For me, I prefer the one that was made in the Thermomix because it's a lot more plump and juicy. So if you want something a bit more succulent, you can go for that.
So as you can see, sambal is not very difficult to do. All you need to do is use the Thermomix correctly. So thank you for watching this live. If you guys are curious to know what we do here or you just want to check with us, come on down to Pilot.